Peppa and George bake cookies. The Midnight Baker's infinite cookie jar's golden flour and the recipe map. The kitchen was filled with the soft light of a lazy afternoon. Peppa Pig stood on a sturdy stool, wearing her favorite polka dot apron. On the counter was a baking map, a recipe book with giant pictures of chocolate chips and swirling sugar. Oink, Peppa whispered. Today, she and George were the head chefs. She learned that baking is like magic. You start with dusty flour and cold butter, and with a little love, it turns into something wonderful. She watched Mummy Pig sift the flour, looking like a gentle snowstorm in a bowl. The rhythm of the wooden spoon. It was time to stir. Peppa held the wooden spoon and moved it in slow, steady circles. Swish, scrape, swish. George added the chocolate chips, which sounded like tiny raindrops hitting the dough patter. Plink, patter. Peppa met Candy Cat, who brought over a jar of colorful sprinkles. They took turns stirring, feeling the dough get thicker and heavier. Peppa realized that the best things take strength and time. She felt her arm muscles working in a slow rhythm, making her feel grounded and connected to the sweet-smelling bowl. The library of cookie cutters. Mummy Pig pulled out a tray of silver cookie cutters. There were stars, moons, hearts, and even a little dinosaur for George. Peppa pressed the star cutter into the dough press. Pop, lift. The kitchen was quiet, save for the sound of the oven preheating. A low, steady hum. Peppa sat and watched the rows of cookies line up on the tray like little soldiers ready for a nap. She realized that every cookie was unique. Just like her friends, she felt her mind becoming as organized and peaceful as the perfectly spaced rows of dough. The secret of the golden glow's cookies went into the oven. Peppa and George sat on the floor, watching through the glass door. The kitchen began to smell like toasted vanilla and melting chocolate. Oink! It smells like a hug, Peppa said. She learned that waiting is the most important part of baking. As the oven light glowed, she practiced cookie breathing, inhaling the sweet, warm air and exhaling a long, happy sigh. The warmth of the oven felt like a sunbeam, making her eyelids feel heavy and her tummy feel cozy. The cooling rack and the final crumbs. Night was a deep, chocolatey brown. The cookies were out, cooling on a wire rack with a soft tink-tink sound. Peppa climbed into her bed, her heart full and her kitchen clean. As she drifted off, she imagined she was a tiny star-shaped cookie, floating in a glass of cold, moonlight milk. She saw the flour snow, the silver cutters, and the golden oven glow. The whole world was a warm bakery, and it was time for the final rest. Peppa floated into a 300-minute dream of vanilla clouds and chocolate chip stars. The song of the cooling rack. The rhythmic ticking timers oven was turned off, but the kitchen had its own heartbeat. On the counter sat the little egg timer. Tick, tick, tick. Peppa watched the red pointer move slowly toward 0. She realized that the timer wasn't just counting minutes. It was counting the piece of the house. She sat on the kitchen floor and matched her breathing to the ticking. Inhale tick, exhale talk. She learned that the quiet moments between the work are just as sweet as the cookies themselves. She felt her body becoming as still and warm as the wooden floorboards beneath her. The Tinkling of the wire rack, Mummy Pig carefully moved the cookies from the tray to the wire cooling rack. As they touched the middle, they made a tiny, high-pitched tink. Peppa listened to the cookies singing as they cooled down. It was a chorus of little snaps and crackles. Crackle, pop, tink. She realized that even food has its own language. She felt the steam rising from the rack, smelling like warm butter and cinnamon. It felt like a soft, invisible blanket was being draped over her shoulders by the kitchen air. The milk moon made nice waterfall of cold milk. It was time for the final treat. Daddy Pig brought out the glass bottles of milk. Peppa watched the milk pour into the glasses. Glug, swirl, splash. It looked like a white waterfall in the moonlight. The sound was deep and cool. Peppa held her glass and felt the coldness through her palms. While the rest of her was warm from the oven, she realized that the world is full of perfect pairs, warm and cold, light and dark, cookies and milk. She practiced milk moon breathing, imagining a cool, white light filling her mind. Was quiet thoughts. Her eyelids felt like they were made of heavy dough, closing slowly as she took a tiny, sleepy sip. The shadow of the wooden spoon. The moonlight stretched across the kitchen counter, casting a long shadow of the wooden spoon. To Peppa Pig, it looked like a magic wand resting after a long day of spells. Mummy Pig began to wipe the counter. Swish, wipe, swish. The sound was rhythmic and clean. Peppa realized that the kitchen was going to sleep too. The jars of flour and sugar were back on their shelves, and the oven was cooling into silence. She felt the deep security of a clean house and a full heart. The final bakery anchored the dream of the gingerbread clouds. Peppa was back in her bunk, but her room still held the faint, sweet scent of vanilla. In her dream, she was flying over a land where the clouds were made of gingerbread and the stars were giant chocolate chips. She saw the cooling rack, the silver timer, and the milk waterfall. She realized that the kitchen was always there, waiting to be warm and sweet again tomorrow. Her heart was as satisfied as a perfectly baked cookie, and her sleep was as smooth as icing. The 5-minute chef's rest. Peppa Pig was in the deepest, most delicious sleep. In her dream, she was stirring a giant bowl of starlight, making enough peace for the whole world to share. The 5-minute journey was complete. The timer was still. The oven was cold. The world was still. And there, in the quiet kitchen on the hill, Peppa rested in perfect, baked with love peace. The moon kept watch over the cookie jar, and the cookie jar kept watch over Peppa, all the way until the morning sun turned the crumbs back into gold. Peppa's underwater coral castle, the blue lagoon, the glass submarine, and the seashell map. The sun was dipping below the waves, turning the ocean surface into a sheet of liquid gold. Peppa Pig stood on the deck of Grandad Dog's boat, holding a map made of polished abalone shell. In the water sat a tiny, round glass submarine. Oink! Peppa whispered. Today, she wasn't staying on the grass. She was going to visit the kingdom of coral. Peppa, George, and Miss Rabbit, the deep-sea pilot, climbed inside. With a soft glub-glub hiss, the submarine began its slow, sinking journey into the deep, quiet blue. The forest of swaying kelp. As they descended, they passed through a forest of tall, green kelp. The plants didn't stand still. They waved back and forth in the current. Swish, flow, swish. Peppa saw her friend Susie Sheep in a little diving suit, waving from behind a leaf. Peppa realized that the ocean moves like it's breathing. She felt the submarine rocking gently in the tide, tilt left, tilt right. She learned that you don't have to fight the water. You just have to flow with it. She felt her body becoming as soft and flexible as a seaweed. The library of glowing jellyfish. The submarine reached a deeper layer where the sunlight couldn't reach, but it wasn't dark. Thousands of jellyfish floated by, glowing with soft pink and blue lights. This was a library of glowing jellyfish. The air inside the sub was perfectly still. Peppa sat by the round window and watched the jellyfish pulse expand, float, shrink. It was a heartbeat made of light. She realized that even in the deepest places, there is always a light to guide you. She felt her mind becoming as clear and luminous as the pulsing bells of the jellies. The gate of the coral castle. Finally, they reached the castle. It wasn't made of bricks, but of pink, purple, and orange coral. The towers were shaped like sea sponges and the windows were made of clear pearls. Peppa watched a school of tiny silver fish swim in a perfect circle, room, turn, glide. She learned that there is music in the silence of the deep. She practiced bubble breathing, imagining her worries as tiny bubbles rising up, and away until they disappear. The muffled sound of the ocean thrum low sounded like the heartbeat of the earth. The pearl bed and the final drift. The night was a deep, velvet sapphire. Peppa climbed into a bed shaped like a giant, open clamshell, lined with soft sea silk. As she drifted off, she imagined she was a tiny seahorse, hitched to a piece of floating coral. She saw the kelp forest, the glowing jellies, and the pearl windows. The whole ocean was a giant blue cradle, and it was time for the final rest. Peppa floated into a 10-minute dream of silver bubbles and sapphire stars. The song of the great whale, the gentle giant of the deep. The submarine glided into a vast, open part of the ocean where the water was as dark and smooth as ink. Suddenly, a giant shadow moved above them. It was a great blue whale, moving so slowly it looked like it was dancing in slow motion. Peppa heard a sound that she felt in her tummy before she heard it was her ears lower. It was a whale's song. She realized the whale was singing to the whole ocean, telling everyone it was time to rest. She felt her bed inside the submarine vibrate with the whale's voice. She learned that the biggest things in the world can also be the most gentle. The bubbling thermal springs. The sub passed by a row of underwater chimneys that breathed out warm, tiny bubbles. Pop clink, pop clink. The bubbles rose in straight silver lines toward the surface. Peppa Pig watched the bubbles and felt the warmth of the deep sea springs through the glass. She realized that even at the bottom of the cold ocean, there are warm, cozy spots. She felt her toes getting fuzzy and warm as she matched her heartbeat to the rhythmic pop of the bubbles. Her mind felt like it was floating on a tiny silver bubble, rising slowly into a dream. The library of ancient shells. The echo of the spiral. They reached a cave filled with thousands of giant seashells. Peppa picked up a conch shell that glowed like a moonbeam. When she held it to her ear, she didn't hear the wind. She heard the heartbeat of the entire sea. Swoosh hush, swoosh hush. It was the sound of the tide moving in and out. She realized that the ocean never stops moving, but it always moves with peace. She practiced tidal breathing, imagining the cool blue water flowing into her thoughts and carrying away all the noise of the day. Her eyelids felt as heavy as a sunken treasure chest, closing slowly with the rhythm of the tide. The garden of sea fans outside the cave, A garden of purple and pink sea fans waved in the current. They looked like giant feathers. A tiny seahorse hitched its tail to a fan and closed its eyes. Mommy Pig whispered that the sea fans were the ocean's fans, cooling the water for the sleeping fish. The movement sway was hypnotic. Peppa felt the submarine settle into the soft sand of the ocean floor. The journey was over, and the sub was now a cozy, watertight bedroom. The final sapphire drift, the clamshell anchor Peppa was tucked deep into her sea silk blankets. In her dream, she wasn't in a submarine anymore. She was a mermaid with a shimmering pink tail, gliding through the coral towers. She saw the great whale, the silver bubbles, and the glowing jellyfish. She realized that the ocean was a giant, blue blanket that covered the whole world in silence. Her heart was as calm as the deep water, and her sleep was as weightless as a piece of floating kelp. The 15-minute aquatic anchor Peppa Pig was in the deepest, most sapphire sleep. In her dream, she was sleeping on the back of a giant turtle, traveling slowly across the star-dusted floor of the sea. The 15-minute journey was complete. The whale was still. The bubbles were still. The world was still. And there, in the coral castle at the bottom of the sea, Peppa rested in perfect, underwater love. The moon kept watch over the surface of the water, and the water kept watch over Peppa, all the way until the morning sun turned the deep blue back into turquoise. Morals of the story: the virtue of patience. The best things in life require us to wait calmly.